I know.
Okay.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry
Good.
about the technical difficulty we went through.
Good morning, good evening, worldwide.
Yeah, it was this shirt that got me
Good
mixed
evening
up.
to us.
But anyway, we are very glad to have with us Ulysses Pacabala and his wife, Regina Victoria.
Hi, everyone.
Also known to us as Pax and Gina. Okay, make it simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's easier.
Okay, they are team elite and COE1, and they live in the Philippines. Okay, so now let's get into business here. Well, can you briefly introduce yourself? Tell something about yourself, where you grew up, where you went to school, and everything. Okay.
The hour version, Pat, or the 3-minute version?
The 1
Well,
hour.
The good, our version, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
The good. They want to hear all your story, how you got started and all that, and so we can.
Okay.
we have unlimited time on this thing. So, okay, how long can you talk?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm Gina, and I'm an architect by profession before I started New Skin. And I live in Metro Manila. I've lived here we have,
Somebody who can't get in.
yeah. Anyway, so I lived here in Manila all my life, and I did meet Pax in New Skin. So I took up architecture because my father was an architect, and I thought one day perhaps I can also build my dream house just like my dad. So I followed in his footsteps, and that because my father was a successful architect, we were able to enjoy our mom as a full-time mom. So I thought that, by following my father's footsteps, I can enjoy the same thing, success as an architect.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pax. Gina and I actually met in New Skin already. She joined New Skin about a month ahead of me. I came about a month later than her. She was invited by her friend. I was invited by my friend, okay, Jonathan. Prior to doing New Skin, actually, I'm an engineer, electronics and communications engineer, and industrial engineer, as well as computer engineer. Okay, I took up 3 courses. I was a little bit of a nerd growing up. Okay, and then after I finished my university degree, I joined one of the biggest companies in the Philippines, San Miguel. It's actually a beer company in
That's a very famous brand. Yes.
I joined as management trainee, and then I went to several companies after that. Pepsi Cola, Amcor Anam, a semiconductor company, and then my last company was going to be Shell, the gasoline company. Okay, but prior to Shell, the gasoline company.
Well, that's Shell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
He's in the wrong company.
Competitor.
Yes, competitor. So as an engineer, I actually had a corporate career. So I joined I first joined as an engineer, but the company, the management decided to put me in the training and organization development. So I joined training as part of my early career, and was very successful in my career as a very young manager. That was my background. And then one of my friends invited me to join New Skin. That's how I got into New Skin. Yeah.
Well, how did your friend talk to you about New Skin?
Okay. I was very new in one of my companies. This was Amcor Anam at the time. I was very new in that company, and then I remember one time I was dropping by the office or one of the staff houses, and I remember Jonathan presenting the business to 2 of his friends. Okay, they were friends. I was very new to the company, so I just got to know them by name. I was dropping by, and they were looking for someone to try the product on. At that time, this was the Body Lufra, and I remember looking at these two friends laughing at him, and they were telling him that, Jonathan, if the products work on somebody really dark, then and he becomes white because of the application of your product, then we'd probably join you. And so they were looking for someone to test the products on. So I passed by.
And they saw you.
Yeah, I passed by, and then they said, hey, this guy may be the right person. So I tried. They put the body loofah on me, and the product worked amazingly. The body loofah, after one application, made the other half of my arm lighter. I got excited, but his two friends unfortunately didn't join, so they left laughing at him. And Jonathan was left with me. So we were not very good friends. We were acquaintances. He said, you know what? I told him, hey, I like your product. What he didn't know at that time was that I've always been into whitening products. So privately, I wanted to be whiter. So
She already had products.
so
at
I
home.
only had product home on
Yeah.
whitening products, and New Skin was the only one that really worked. So obviously, Body Loofah isn't a whitening product, but it made my arm whiter. So I got excited, and I said, "Hey, just give me one or two, and I want to buy your products." And then he said, "Hey, you know what? Would you like to look at the business?" Okay. And I said, "What business? Selling skincare products?" "No, I don't want to sell skincare products." And he said, "No. This is at that time. Let's talk about Big Planet. I don't know if you remember that Big Planet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
When he talked about Big Planet and the vision for what New Skin plans to do in the long term, I got very excited because that was the very first time I was introduced to the idea of passive income.
Mm.
So I was very surprised. It was never taught to me in school as an engineer that there's such a thing as passive income. And he was telling me that if you build this organization 4 to 5 years from now, you're going to have an opportunity where you can make an income without having to work long term. And the idea was very appealing to me. And I said, so do I have to go full time doing this business? No, you can start part time. And then when the organization gets to grow along the way, then you can just go full time later. And that intrigued me a lot. I said, well, okay. And then, okay, so I'm in. So I was actually a very easy sign up. Okay, I was a chance encounter, try the product, he explained it for about 5 minutes, and I signed up. That's how I got started.
Mm.
How about you,
How
Jim?
about you, Gina?
Actually, I was initially invited by my friend in her house, and she wanted to share with me the products, but she didn't know how to demonstrate the products yet. But she said she just shared with me the price list, and I said, I'm not interested in skincare. Whatever soap I have at home, I'm okay. I think I'm pretty beautiful.
Yes, she is.
So we changed the topic and we did not discuss anything because I didn't have budget for skincare. I didn't really care for skincare.
That's right.
And finally she invited me to her birthday party. Of course I went. This time she knew how to demonstrate the products. So she let me try the facelift half my face. And I said, okay, prove it to me, half my face. Let's see, because I know I don't have wrinkles. So let's see what you can get. So finally, after 30 minutes, she was able to remove a lot of blackheads and whiteheads from my nose.
Remember
And
the
of
facelift
course,
demo? Yeah,
half
the
my face
facelift
was
demo.
lifted.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, I want to be a member. And then finally, she invited me to a business briefing. That's where I saw the whole picture about the business. And that's when I first met Joseph Chung and Janet Chung. This was
Mm.
first
That's
New
right.
Skin office in Trident Tower in Makati.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And when I went into the room, I said, there's just so many excited and happy people. What's going on? And so at the end of the meeting, I told my friend, I didn't really understand anything, but I like that compensation plan of what
Yeah.
Blue Diamonds would get. The one on the lower right, I like that. But I don't understand what was talked about,
Yeah.
but I like that.
Back then,
How
meetings
do I
were
get to Blue Diamond?
done on whiteboard, right?
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
writing out on the whiteboard.
Yes.
Oh, you go back a ways then.
Yeah, that was whiteboard,
Yeah,
right?
whiteboard.
Projectors, no.
It could be worse. It could be a slide machine.
Yeah, way in the beginning, we have these slide projectors,
Slide projectors,
and then you have these little
Oh.
pictures.
Oh,
Wow.
actually.
Yeah.
That's how we started.
Yeah.
I think we still have copies of those.
That was the transparencies. Yes,
transparencies.
we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
alive.
Okay. So on the whiteboard. So what they show you on the whiteboard got you excited? So what it was?
Well, I got excited with the income of a
Like Blue
Blue
Diamond.
Diamond because it's a millionaire here in the Philippines.
That's right.
The income was
That's
a
right.
millionaire a month.
The incomes is what CEOs make in the Philippines,
Yes.
probably more.
Yes, and so I said, now I can build my dream house. Now I can travel the world with
Sure.
that. Now I can be potentially a full-time mom with that. So I said, being a millionaire can answer everything. So I
Sure.
was very excited with Blue Diamond.
Sure.
So it made a big difference for me with that possibility versus just making my face look young at that time. So being a full-time mom made a difference
Yeah.
for me.
Mm.
What really attracted me to the opportunity was the fact that as an executive for a big multinational company, I got paid very well, a six-figure income with all the perks of the position, travel the world,
Yeah.
get a house and car, 13th month, 14th month, 15th month pay, bonuses and all that. But the problem was that I was very busy. And when Jonathan talked about passive income and how I could actually spend more time with my family and do not have to report to the office 8 hours, 12 hours a day, that got me interested. And he was telling me now, of course, it doesn't happen overnight, but if you build your organization very well and solidly and patiently over time, he said in 3 to 5 years you could have an opportunity to really spend time with your family. And it's a big deal for me because my father is a boat captain, and so he's out of the country most of the time.
Like Frank Yu.
Yeah, during my time growing up, I seldom saw my dad growing up, and although he gave the family a very good income, he wasn't there during birthdays. He wasn't there during graduation days. So I always wanted I always thought that if I have my own family, while having a house and a car are very important parts of raising a family, being present is also as important for me. So I
Mhm.
thought that
Yeah.
New Skin was the only way for me to actually have a chance for that kind of life. So although although I wasn't certain what's gonna happen to me, I always knew that it was the only thing that gave me a fighting chance. Okay, so my corporate career gave me half, which is have the financial part, but it would never give me the time that New Skin would allow for me.
I think also you were hospitalized.
Yeah, obviously, one of the reasons I became very very serious was because I got hospitalized.
Yeah.
The work was very stressful, so
Mhm.
it paid really well, but it was very stressful. So that actually it was the one that made me go full time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided to go
What
full
did your
time.
doctor say?
My doctor told me that if I don't slow down and I keep working the way I did, I'm not gonna reach 40 or 35 and die before the age of 35. So the doctor said you
Don't
better
want
look for
that.
something.
Definitely. Yeah.
How old were you? How old were you when the doctor told you that?
I was about 28, 29. I was
Very
I was
Wow.
young.
I was sick. I was at the time six no yeah, about a few months into New Skin. So I was
Ah,
a few months into New Skin. I already had a vision of being in New Skin full time, but the demands of the work made me work 12 to 14 hours a day. So it was a little bit tough, 6 7 days a week, and then I had to do New Skin on the side. So I was getting so stressed up by the work, and I got a breakdown. My doctor,
Nervous
yeah,
breakdown,
I
right?
had a breakdown, and
Yeah.
my doctor was telling me, "Hey, you can't work like this.
Mhm.
Sleep is an important part of your life, and if you don't slow down, you're gonna die early." Now, because when you're young, you don't think you die early, right? So you
Precisely.
think I have
When you're
time. I
young,
have,
you can
yeah,
get over almost everything.
yeah. Until you go to the hospital, and then oh, this is not probably gonna work, and
A big wake up call for
then you
you.
decide maybe I should have because obviously during that time I was paying some mortgage, right? So you just can't give up on your career in the middle of what you're doing because you're paying for the car, you're paying for the house,
You bought a
while
house.
while the company was paying some of it. Obviously, you still have to pay some of it. So I thought I can't just leave this job because this is a very high paying job, and what do I do? And then Gina was telling me, hey, how about doing New Skin full time? So that's when we decided to go serious about the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. So now, Gina, how did you guys meet? I mean, you
yeah. Tell us.
Well, it was one of those business briefings wherein this was also in Trident Tower, our very first office in New Skin. So I was there seated waiting for the speaker to come. And then here comes Pax. I said, who is this guy?
Speaking in front, I was speaking. Sandy actually asked me to speak in front
Yeah.
already. A few weeks into the business, he thought I was very serious in the business, so he actually asked me to speak.
Yes.
But I actually saw Gina earlier because the first time I got into New Skin, I immediately looked for the beautiful ladies in New and I thought if I can get married to someone in this room, it might be a very good idea. It was to me, at least at that time, I thought this is a good side bonus for New Skin because when you do New Skin, there are a lot of beautiful ladies in the room, right? So at that time, although at that time I had still had a girlfriend at the time.
And I had a boyfriend at that time.
Yeah, he had a boyfriend. I had a girlfriend. But I was always spotting, oh, this lady is very beautiful. So
well, he caught my eye
Yeah.
more for the business.
Yeah.
Okay.
she was looking for somebody to ask about the business.
Yes.
I was looking for a wife.
Yes.
So
So
Oh,
the first time he caught my eye when he had I think around 50 plus guests
Yeah.
in one meeting.
in one evening,
They were like in
Wow.
one big circle, and
Yeah.
I said, "Wow, this guy is very
Serious.
and very impressive because he brought a lot of people in the meeting." I said, "Wow, I wish I could do that."
Yeah.
So my practice every time is to always ask successful people. So he was very consistent in sharing the business to people.
I was
So-
very excited.
so I got your number, right?
Yeah.
I got his number, his office number, and I called him up one lunch break.
Ooh, and I said, "Ooh, this lady likes me."
No.
I did it in my head.
I got her, right? I got her attention.
I got her. So I was very serious about New Skin. I understood that it was my chance for a better life. I mean, for some time because I know I'd always have a good life in my career. What I will never have is a time for family.
Yeah.
So I was very excited. I used to invite a lot of people
Yes.
on the meetings.
And they
Five,
were mostly your office
yeah,
mates, right?
10, 30 people in one evening. I was crazy when I was inviting people in the meetings.
And you were your office was around 2 hours away.
Yeah. And I was working 2 hours away driving
Yeah.
from where the meetings were. So
But still you were able to bring 50
Yeah.
plus people every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So I was impressed with that. And what I noticed about Pax is that despite the traffic in the Philippines, whenever he's in the meeting, he's the most excited person in the room.
Yeah.
And I just had to ask him, that's why I called him up one day, what makes you very, very excited? I mean, the fact that you work very far away, you have all this traffic that you go to, but once you arrive, there's not a hint of traffic on your face.
I was excited actually.
What's your secret?
When Gina asked me that question, Pax, why are you so excited and why is it that you're always bringing so many people? I told her because I knew that New Skin was the future I really want to create for my family. I understood that I work hard in my job anyway. I work about 8, 10, 12 hours in my job anyway. I understood that if you want to succeed in anything, a very good work ethic is an important part of that. And so I thought that if I do the same thing in New Skin and it will reward me even more, why not? So I decided to be serious with New Skin really.
Hmm. Okay, so, well, I guess both of you got started because of the sort of got attracted in the products, but then you look beyond the products.
Right.
You saw big business opportunity,
That's right.
right? Not only that, a good opportunity to find yourself a wife.
That's right. That was the first bonus in the business. The first
Yeah.
reward.
Yeah, well, okay. So talk about traffic. Remember the time you pick us up at the
Yeah.
airport Friday
Yes.
afternoon?
Yeah.
You drove 4 hours to the
That's
meeting.
right. The traffic is terrible.
But then Sunday, when we left Manila, it took half an hour.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Friday afternoon took 4 hours.
That's right.
Yes. So here's the tip: if
unbelievable.
you're going to visit the Philippines, don't arrive on a Friday.
Or go in the window. Go on the 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock window.
Yeah,
Outside the window.
Arrive on a Sunday.
Arrive on a Sunday.
No traffic.
Or get in at 10 to 3 o'clock, I think. It's
Yeah.
the best time to get in.
But
right.
it should be now, good now because of the
Now
COVID.
it's easy now because of COVID.
No
No
traffic.
traffic.
No
Easy now.
traffic.
No
Yeah.
traffic. Yeah. Yeah.
It used to be part of life. You know,
Yeah.
it was part of life. When you do new skin, you have to consider, okay, if the meeting is at 7 o'clock, I have to leave at 4
Yeah.
or 5. Oh,
No more traffic
yeah,
now.
because the traffic was part of life.
If you get there at
Yeah.
7, you may be lucky, right?
Yeah. You have to leave the office earlier to get to the meeting.
Mm.
That was how
Wow.
it is.
Okay. So now, okay, you started to do new skin sort of part-time, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what most people have the wrong impression that when you start new skin, you have to do full-time,
Okay.
which is the wrong idea because look at you guys. You have good income,
That's
you know,
right.
to give up the good income to do new skin full-time. And in the beginning, new skin, you know, because you're still building your organization, your income wouldn't be that big. It's when you have a large organization, then you have a sizable income.
True,
You know, most people don't seem to get that idea.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
But anyway, so you started. What did you do? You just bring people to the meeting and what
That's
else?
right.
Well, just
I guess I was fortunate that New Skin office at that time was walking distance from my office in Makati. I could walk.
no
Yeah.
traffic jam.
No traffic jam. And I said it's just smart for me to build a business in the evening after office instead of going through traffic going home anyway. And so yeah, so I built my business after office, and then on Saturdays, which is weekend, so I can build a business the whole day Saturday where everyone is also available. So definitely after office and during weekends. That's how I do it. And my lunch break as well. I took advantage of all my lunch breaks, my coffee breaks, and before my office starts at 9. Every bit that I can get, I would take advantage.
My situation was a little bit different because my office is about 2 hours away from where the meetings were. So even if I attempted to invite people, like I said, we had to leave the office by about 4 o'clock to be able to get to the meetings at 7 o'clock. The problem with that is that not everybody is willing to go through traffic for 2 hours. And so my biggest challenge in the beginning was the difficulty of bringing partners to the meeting. And so I always thought, I understood that I'm not in New Skin to make the quick income, because in New Skin, especially now with Velocity is amazing, obviously. The incomes in Velocity are a lot bigger than what we used to get. But I understood even back then that I really wanted the back end where you have a big organization and you can go retire. I understood it was a long-term plan. But in the beginning, I also understood that if I'm going to get to that level in the business, I have to build my skills in the beginning. And the best way to do that is to do New Skin part-time. So I understood that I invited people to the meetings, and that's why I also had to commit. I had to learn to present the meeting early. I have to learn to present it myself. Because what I did was that I organized a meeting near the area, near the office. So I decided to go together with a few partners already in my team. We we rented a place for about a few hours, and then we did meetings. Instead of 2 hours away, it was just now 30 minutes away.
You did a presentation in a basketball court, right?
Yeah, we did presentations everywhere.
Everywhere.
In restaurants, in basketball courts. So but because it was easier for us to present it ourselves in a place nearer to our office than to go to New Skin 2 hours. So I will still go to New Skin Wednesdays and Thursdays, but the rest of the week I was doing my meetings with my team. That's what I did.
So I guess you answered the question. You know, a lot of people when they heard about New Skin said, "Oh, I don't have time." Hello.
Yeah,
you know,
make time.
You make time. It's a matter of managing your time better.
Yes.
Instead of sitting home, everybody's busy, I'm sure. Instead of sitting home and watch TV, how about use that time?
Well, everybody has 24 hours a day. It's not as if some people have 30 or some people only have 10. We all have 24 hours a day. It's what really matters to you. I always tell them, look, we all use 24 hours a day, but where do you put your 20, where do you invest your 24 hours? Do you invest it in watching TV, or do you invest it in an activity that gives you a better life? Because we all have a choice where to invest our time. You only have 24. Do you invest it in watching TV, go through traffic, or do you invest it in new skin that gives you a better life 5 years? So yes, you're busier. If you do new skin, you're busier now, but it's just temporary. 5 years from 2 years from now, you can go full time and you have more time to do new skin, and then it becomes a passive income business 2 3 years down the road. Well, if you keep your life now, you don't do new skin, you'll be working until you're 65. But if you do new skin, be busier for about an hour or two, busier every day, and you can get out 5 years later. So that's still a better deal, right?
Great
What
point.
got
Great point,
what
right?
uh, what got what me my income was very small compared to Pax.
Yes.
Okay, very small that sometimes he laughs at my income. Okay, that's, he told me why might as well go full
Yeah,
time.
because I tell her, look, you're gonna invest your 8 hours a day for such a measly income. You better just do new skin full time then.
And I was a licensed architect of the Philippines. However, what really got me attracted was that I might as well work on my business
That's
now,
true.
and the idea that I can have many Ginas in my business. Because initially, when I worked for my firm, there's just only one very hardworking Gina, and I had a very small income. So I said I might as well create a team of many Ginas after office
Yeah.
and during weekends, so that long term, I can have a very good income.
Yeah.
So I said I might as well work hard now while I'm young, after office, during weekends, and invest all my time so
Yeah.
that I can duplicate many
Yeah.
Ginas in my
I
team.
think the idea of investment is very important, because if you want to make more money, you have to invest money. If you want to make more time in your life, you have to invest time. You
Mhm.
can't get back time if you don't invest time, right?
Yeah.
You cannot just steal time somewhere. You have to invest it in a passive income business. You can get more time later. Uh, so when people tell me, but I'm busy, busy doing what? Busy being poor, busy being average, or busy being rich, or busy having time for the family? Because as a family man, I've always wanted to have time for family. My dad is a very responsible dad. Okay, he's a boat captain, he makes a lot of money, but no matter how much he tried, he couldn't have time for the family. Right?
Right.
He gave up family time so he can give us a better life. But I want more than that. I want to have the same financial success, but at the same time have time for the family. And so I thought, yes, I'll be busier, but I'd rather invest time now and get more time later. Because if I don't invest in new skin now, I'm gonna be like my dad. Okay, I love him. Okay, he loves me. He wanted to, but he never had new skin in his life. He never had
Mm,
the opportunity. So if he had the same opportunity as me, he would choose the same thing, right? So
right.
I always
Well,
yeah,
he may be well paid, but his time doesn't belong to him.
it doesn't belong to him.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, now you just mentioned that people work very hard, right, on their job. Hopefully, they can retire 65 if they get
That's true.
to 65,
That's true.
right?
Yeah,
If
that's
their
true.
regular job, they work so hard like you before you decide to go into new skin full time. What did the doctor say? You may not last.
You're not gonna get to 35. That was what he said. I said, what?
Wow.
I'm not even married yet. I'd better get married already.
And actually, I was scared about that as well, because my father passed away at the age of 56 at work.
Doing
Yes.
work.
He was on the job when he passed away. He had a
Yeah.
massive heart attack. And I really told Pax, if you're going to do the same thing, you definitely
End up like my
be
dad.
like my father.
That's right. That's
So I
why.
said, we have to be smart about this.
Yeah.
What can we do about it?
Yeah.
So I also challenged him to go
Yeah,
focus on new skills.
that's true, because Gina's dad was also very successful.
Mhm.
But at 55, he was doing a negotiation for some project and he died.
Yes.
And that's not how we want to end.
Yes.
What was the point of being busy and then dying at 55 or 40?
Well, no, I mean, okay, even if worked until he retired or regular age 65,
Yeah.
but most likely by that time, if he died at 50 something, but even if he survived, until 65, what kind of a health can
Sure.
what what kind of help would it have at that time?
You know, in the Philippines, part is even worse for us because the mindset for most people in the Philippines is that they're going to work until 65 and have their kids take care of them. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
oh,
culture for the country. Have your kids take care. But the problem with that is that your kids can't even take care of you because they don't have enough money to take care of you. So what happens to you now? Right? So we don't have like the US where you get a pension when you retire. In the Philippines, the pension doesn't exist for the Filipinos. So if you
really?
retire without saving, the strategy is that children, can you take care of me? So for most parents who do not have children who work very well, they cannot take care of their parents. Or if they can, as parents, you're gonna have to wait on your children to give you at least coffee or food. It's really sad for us. So that's why we're gonna have to work and prepare for your retirement because it doesn't the government will not take care of you. There is no pension plan for you. So for us, for me, it was very clear. I'd better save a lot before retirement or have businesses later.
Yeah.
So, even in Singapore, right, the strategy is there are a lot of Singaporeans, when they retire, they go drive a taxi at 65, 66, 67, 70. I remember interviewing in Singapore, we interviewed them. What do you do before? I was a manager or VP in a big company before, but now I'm driving because this is the only thing that allows me to pursue life.
I think for
That's not-
us as well, we're like a sandwich wherein when we have children, we support our children, and at the same time we also have to support
Our
our
parents,
parents.
yeah.
So that's two
Yeah.
generations that we have to support.
Yeah.
So it's really very challenging.
Yeah, so it's not as easy to think that your job is your way. I mean, probably Australia, probably in, I don't know, but for us, that's not an option.
well, that's almost true everywhere.
Mm,
You know,
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, unless you're really disciplined and save money for
right,
retirement,
right. Saving is not a very good option.
yeah, I mean, at least to me, we went through this same stage when we were working on a job. When you get a pay raise, what happened?
Yeah,
You get a bigger house, you
I
get
know.
a
And
better
another car.
more expensive clothing,
Yeah.
more expensive jewelry. Okay, and I mean, eat out more often. So your pay raise is essentially negative.
That's true.
That's
You
right.
wind up spending more money because I got more money to spend now,
Yeah.
right? So it happens very often that a lot of people don't have savings for their retirement. It takes discipline. I mean,
And
it's
but
too
yeah,
easy to spend it all, right? I
and the
mean,
sad thing is
what's
that
tomorrow?
none
We'll
of us
worry
know.
about tomorrow.
Yeah. And the sad thing is that it's not even taught in school that we should prepare for retirement. So some of my friends, because I was a manager very early, so I have friends who were retired early, and they get surprised that, oh, I'm about to retire and I have nothing. And so I was telling my early downlines, hey, you know what? I have friends who just wake up one morning and unprepared. Do you really want that to happen to you? You better prepare by doing something now because you don't want to suddenly just wake up one morning and realize, oh, it's about 2 years away from me and I'm still not prepared. That's, to me, that's the sad thing. And if you get sick, even if you get a retirement pay, your retirement pay goes to your medical things. So it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, whatever savings you had, will
Yeah,
go to medical bills because you worked so hard
that's true. That's true.
before retirement.
Yeah,
Those
guess
are different factors people never thought of.
that's true.
Seriously.
Well, for us architects, we our income is very small. There's no way for us to save money. I was only able to save because I lived with my parents. So the only thing I'd spend on was commute money going to work and maybe one movie a month. But everything I would save, everything I would save. But the thing with us is that our business architectural firm really depends on the economy. So
Mm.
if it's a very good economy, there are lots of projects.
That's true.
But if the economy is bad, zero projects. And so
Mm.
for me, I've experienced myself that a lot of my office mates lost their jobs. So from let's say 100 architects in that firm, 50 lost their jobs in the span of 2 months.
Yeah.
So we've gone through all that cycle. So we did not even reach the point of retirement because
For
we
most
would
people,
lose our jobs. So it's very scary. So it's like the experience of being 65 is fast. It makes
happening
it
earlier for most people.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. It gives people a wake up call, because for most of the time, especially when we're young, we always assume that everything will be okay, and you don't prepare. You don't prepare until something just happens. And like in my case, I always thought I'm never gonna get sick, and then I had a breakdown. And, oh, I have to take care of myself. I better drink more water, but eat better food. It doesn't occur to you to me until I got sick. So that's true for whether health or your retirement. Most of us, from the people I talk to, it takes a wake up call to really start preparing for the
And for
future.
me, witnessing my friends, my office mates losing their
Yeah.
jobs, I said I don't like that feeling of losing a job, and that potentially in the future that can happen to me as well.
Sure.
So that really made me decide that I have to be the one to decide
Take
my
care of my
future
future.
and
That's true.
take care of how I'm going to make an income, not my boss anymore.
That's true. That's true.
So that was a big wake up call for me.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You want to ask one question? You have
What?
any questions to ask them?
What's the next?
Okay. Well, now you guys are, very successful now. So what would you attribute that your success to? You believe in the products, your mindset that you need this business for your future. Well,
Yep.
I think for me it's really by example. When I see a lot of successful people around the world, and if I want to be like them, it their success inspires me. Like for you, Pat and Marguerite, I always looked up to you and your success when you travel around the world and when you visit the Philippines. You always enjoy the best lifestyles, and I say I want that same thing. And I always believe that when someone has achieved it, I I tell myself it is also possible for me. And so as we were growing up in the business, we always wanted to be blue diamonds or executive brand directors. It has always been a dream of ours. And sometimes there are displays of trophies of blue diamonds in New Skin office. We would borrow it and then take a picture with it and pretend that we're blue diamonds.
Yeah, early on.
Because
Yeah.
it inspires us to be like them. So, for example, when Joseph Chung would say, I'm going fishing in Mexico, I'll say, wow, if he can travel and spend a lot of time doing that, I can do the same thing. So I think it's really the success of many leaders in New Skin that consistently
Inspires you.
me every day.
I think the beauty of our opportunity is that the new skin products really work. I think fundamentally that's what makes our company unique in a sense, because as long as people get to try the products really work as a foundation for the business. However, I always tell people that while the products are very important, you got to have a good reason to share it to as many people as possible, because we can love the product, but if you don't share it to other people, it's not going to work. So what Gina's trying to say, I think, is that we had a very good reason for why we want to become, at that time, Blue Diamonds and presidential directors. For me, I think one of the most important reasons for why I think we are successful is because, in your case, we get inspired by what's possible. Okay, so when I got started, I joined because I always knew I was gonna make money in my corporate career or in any business I go into. I've always been very confident that I can make money. But the one thing that made that inspired me is having more time. So to me, I always knew that while I can make money in my corporate career, New Skin was the only platform where I can actually have time. So because I understood that, I was not in it for the extra $1,000 or the extra $10,000. I was in it for the long term. So I remember Joseph once asked me, so Pax, because for Gina and me, it took us 2 years to become brand reps, or in that time executive. It took us 2 years. Yeah, it took us 2 years. Yeah, it was a long time for me and
I
Gina.
think we qualified
3 times.
3 times.
So we failed our LOI 3 times. So back then, remember,
We failed
Marguerite,
the 4th month.
it was not cumulative, right? Back then, it
That's
was
right.
2,000, 2,000, 5,000, 3,000.
4,000,
3,000. And then, so
5 active
LOI,
clients.
Q1, Q2, and then we failed. And then LOI, Q1, Q2, and then we failed. LOI, Q. So we failed so many times. And I remember Joseph was telling me, you know what, in Hong Kong, if people fail, if they do not succeed within a year, they're going to quit. And so he said, so what made you stay? I said, I always knew that I failed because I didn't know how to do it. Okay? It doesn't mean that it was not going to work. It just meant that I don't know how to do it. So and I always tell myself, look, if it took me 5 years to become an engineer, graduate engineering, and when I graduate engineering, I'm going to get $400 in income or $200 in income. But I took 5 years. Yeah, $200. So you took 5 years in engineering and you're only going to make $200.
At least you got to.
Kidding me.
I got half.
Yeah, $200.
What?
Her, she get less.
That's why he laughed at me.
So 5 years and you get in her case $60. Yeah, it was
$100.
$100. So so I tell them, look, if we're okay with that, why do you think you can make $1 million on your first year in new skin, right? So it took you 5 years. Yeah, it took you 5 years to at least get a level of competence in engineering, and then you get $200 on your first company. Why does it? New skin is better because on your first month you can actually make money.
Yeah.
You don't do that in your schools, but people don't count school as part of your career. See, when in New Skin they count it when you sign up. So I tell them, don't count it when you sign up. Count it when you make money.
Yeah.
Right? Because in engineering you don't count how long have you worked as an engineer. You don't count school.
Yeah.
You count your first year.
That's
the first year you make money. So I tell, look, don't stop counting the years when you're still learning to do New Skin. Start counting only when you know how to do New Skin, and that generally is when you're executive brand partner or Ruby. That's when you know how to do New Skin. So I tell them, look, start counting when you're Ruby. So when somebody asks you how long have you been New Skin, I have not started yet. If you're only a distributor or
Excellent point, Pax. Yeah,
I'm still in school. So I told Joseph, because I don't know how. So how do you expect me to make money or become BR? I don't know how to do this yet. So it took me a while. But when we finally figured out how to become BR, okay, how to share the products, how to invite, how to present, how to sponsor, and we knew the groove of the business, it started to work well for us. So
yeah, that's true. It takes some time to get yourself prepared, for this line of work. Most people think, oh, it's just so simple. All I have to do is come in and I'll be rich tomorrow. No such thing. Sorry.
You can make money tomorrow, but not rich tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people think that so easy, right? I mean, it's not so. It's a simple business, but it's not easy, right? Yeah.
Anybody can do it. You don't have to spend. You don't have to spend millions to start, but you obviously have to learn the skills to become successful.
Precisely. Yeah, I mean, it does. You do have to know certain things, to become successful. It's not going to happen just because you walk in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, Pat. I always, I always felt that we're gonna succeed. It's only a matter of time. It was gonna happen. Because I remember Margaret doing a training for. I remember the first time Margaret came, do training for us, and she looked at me in the eye and said, why are you doing New Skin? Oh.
He said, why? No, I did a why.
I remember because Margaret is so strict during training, right? she's such a soft lady, and then when you don't go for training, why are you doing new skin? Oh, and I remember, and she's right, because for me, I had to be clear, why am I doing new skin? And
That's right.
the clearer it was for me, then there's reason to do new skin. Because if I just want to make extra money, I can do my job. But if
Right.
I want to have time for family,
That's right.
new skin was the only way. I knew new skin was the only way. And I thank Marguerite for that, because in that, it wasn't Shangri-La, remember that?
I remember that
Was it
because
Shangri-La?
I was not yet an executive,
Oh,
and
that's
I was
why.
not qualified.
You were not invited.
And
Really?
Margaret motivated me to become an executive.
I remember. Margaret said only the executives.
Only the executives are allowed.
So we were there, and that was the question Margaret asked.
Yeah.
Why are you doing new skin? And it was very, very clear for me. So that's why. I think clarity is an important part of the business. You have to be, I mean, if you're in it to try new skin, or you're not going to try new skin is going to try you, right? Instead of having that attitude of trying new skin, I think Gina and I came in with the idea that we're going to be team elite no matter what. That's what allowed us to go through the challenges of the
Yeah.
business.
The fact that we knew that it was possible for many people, and we really set our sight for that, to
Yeah.
really accomplish it. So we were really working towards that.
Yeah. So the question of Marguerite was very important. Why are you doing new skin? To me, it stuck with me for a very long time.
Okay.
You didn't
I
know
don't
that.
I don't remember that, but it was good. It was good
But-
that I targeted you, right?
But if you think about it, okay, now in this business, in new skin business, the company is the same for everybody.
That's true. That's
Right.
true.
The products
The
are the same
product-
for everybody. The compensation plan is the same for everybody. The only variable to talk about engineering terms is you.
That's true. That's true.
Me.
Yeah. Me.
Yeah, it's you, not the company, not the products, not the plan. It's you.
Yeah.
You have to decide whether
Yeah.
you want to make this a success or not,
That's true.
Right.
right?
That's right.
I mean, that's only variable. I mean, everything else is fixed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people become successful, some not because of themselves, not
Exactly.
because of the company or the products or the plan. But
Yes.
anyway, okay. So now, how has COVID affected you guys?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, COVID is interesting because
Or maybe a blessing. in
for
disguise?
me in the beginning, I was scared.
Yeah.
I'm the first to admit I don't want to do Zoom meetings. I don't like to do, before COVID, social media was happening, right? So people were doing videos, doing Facebook, and I don't like to go on Facebook. I don't like to post. I don't like to do videos. I don't want to do anything on video. I'm not comfortable.
Even when I say happy birthday to him
Yeah,
on
and
Facebook,
I'm so uncomfortable
really
doing this. But COVID forced us to learn new things. So
Yeah.
I had to learn to go do meetings on Facebook, do coaching on Facebook. And so although I was scared, when we finally transitioned to do online meetings, it was a pleasant surprise because our group actually grew 30% to 100% in 2020. So our group doubled in 2020. And the best part is that I could actually coach more people
Yeah.
because I don't have to spend time
No more traffic.
driving.
No more traffic.
So all the
Hey,
traffic, the driving time was all converted to coaching time. So I could
Yeah.
coach more people.
Driving time, looking for parking.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it used to be I coach one or two people a day.
Yeah.
Now I can coach so many people. I can meet 50 people at one time. We don't have to book training rooms anymore. We can just go on Zoom and do training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
So
not only that, you
Yeah.
can do this globally.
Yes, it's true. Suddenly, because of COVID, the group it's much easier to support people globally.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we have downlines globally, but we couldn't support them properly.
Yeah. If I look at this list of participants here, we have people from Singapore, from Philippines,
That's right.
US,
Europe,
everywhere. Yeah, Europe.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to travel to just I used to travel monthly to Cebu to support my sisters.
Uh-huh.
Now I can actually coach them weekly, three or four times a week. I don't have to travel anymore. So COVID was somehow a blessing in disguise for us, right?
That's right.
Yeah, well, like I always maintain, sounds horrible because COVID affected a lot of people
Yeah, I know it.
negative, but
Yeah,
for
it's
our
true.
business, it was a positive effect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's true almost everywhere that the people we talk to, in the Philippines, Hong Kong,
That's right.
Singapore, everywhere, where they have lockdowns, they're
Yes.
forced to change their model of operation,
That's
Yeah.
true.
right? Instead of meeting face to face, you just meet online. Save time, save driving, no
Yeah.
traffic jam.
No traffic jam. That's the best part.
That's the best part. No 4-hour drive.
And, in fact, we were so comfortable that we decided even if there's no more lockdowns, we're still gonna keep many of the things we do right now because suddenly you can go global. Now we just go out to have coffee or go to the beach with partners in the business. It's a little bit more fun now to go out versus doing meetings online. I think allows us to go globally online.
And
Yeah.
also, what I noticed is that the company really supported us last year with Age Lock Boost. And here in the Philippines, they came up with free shipping.
That's true.
So they really supported us every step of the way. They were there for us. They listened to what we needed and what supplies were we needed for what products were on demand. So they were very supported all the way. So we're very, very proud of New Skin.
Well, you guys are lucky. You got the boost.
I know. We don't have the boost yet.
You
Oh,
have-
Not yet. End of this year.
I
ooh,
see. I
It's
see.
good.
Ooh. But we
Yeah.
did get Nutrisential first. We got the
Oh,
Nutrisential.
oh,
Yeah.
we just got it recently.
We just got our Nutrisentials this month and sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out already. Yeah.
Well, we also will have the collagen plus too.
Yeah, in
Ooh,
summer. In the
that's
summer.
the drink.
A preview in July and then full launch in September.
Mhm.
Wow,
Oh, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
It's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem, at least for New Skin, I understand that so many of my friends lost their careers. So many of
Uh,
my friends lost their jobs because it's sad for some of my friends, but at least for us, it was great for us. Yeah.
And that your friends are now asking you, right?
Yeah. Some of them, it's sad. They're asking for financial support.
And they're curious
Yeah,
about you
they're
because you're
asking.
always in
Yeah.
a Zoom meeting.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? I'm in a Zoom meeting. What are you doing in Zoom meeting? I'm coaching someone. Wow. Do you get paid? Of course.
So they get curious why he's always in a meeting.
Yeah, I get paid.
You
Yeah.
get more people. Yeah. You're going to grow maybe by instead of 50, 100%. You'll even grow faster.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
That's good. That is good. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, what time is it? Ooh, 10.
Well,
10,
we started late. We started
so,
late.
okay.
Okay. So what has New Skin brought you that is most satisfying?
I think for me, it's really time for family.
true.
It was we were able to be both full-time mom and dads for our son Christian since the day he was born. I'm happy that we were first time parents and there was a lot of things that we needed to learn as parents. So we had time to spend with him because at that time our New Skin business was we were already Ruby executives or executive brand partners. We had very good income at that time, so we were able to focus time with our son from the day he was born until his first tooth, until his first word, until his permanent tooth. Now that he's 16, so we were able to really
He's
spend.
16 already?
Yeah. He's
Oh my
16 now. He's
God.
taller
I
than
still
me.
remember that little boy.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
brought him with you on one of the TE
Yeah.
trips.
Yeah, he has a very low voice already.
He's taller than me now.
He was running all over the place, getting
That's true,
excited to hear, look at this, look at that, look at that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
Then at the same time, the fact that we were able to enjoy being full-time parents to
Yeah.
our son.
And he can't wait to join.
Yeah.
He can't wait to join us.
I like the fact that we can also witness our own partners enjoying
true.
the same thing.
That to me is the most gratifying thing.
Yes.
For me, what is the most gratifying is having to see our
Our own
down
partners,
partners
yeah.
live better lives and
Yes.
knowing that we're part of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So for example, to see Marcel, okay, because their children are also all adults now.
Yeah, Pearl and
Wow.
Pao, the new parents.
To see their children be able to go to better schools,
Yeah.
okay, and being able to, you know, to have better education, to be able to travel and enjoy life. And I know that without New Skin and my invitation, it wouldn't have been a possibility for them. So to me, in the beginning, it was more because we were able to enjoy life with Christian. That's one. But because he's gone to school, and there's a moment when you have nothing to do and you decide to go do New Skin again seriously. And yeah, to me, to be able to see them, yeah, like now we like it's like having grandchildren now, because I have partners or front lines now who have their own children. They're also married
New
already.
families,
Have
they
their
have their
own
first
children.
yeah, first
Yeah, and,
child.
you know, knowing that they are able to live the same lives we have is because we were able to share New Skin to them.
We're
I really
able
do
to
think,
show them and
yeah,
pave the way for
if
them.
I was in corporate, even if I promoted someone, I can only give them more money, but never the quality of life that New Skin can give.
Yes,
So
that's right.
I think that to me is something I would never have accomplished in any other platform.
Yes, to
Yeah.
see them succeed and enjoy what
Yeah.
we're having as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long have you been in New Skin now?
Hmm.
Do I start from sign up or start from?
Yeah, sign up.
So
Because
if sign up, I think about 20.
Yeah.
wow, 20 years. Huh?
20 years.
Yeah.
Oh my
When-
God, you two look so young. I was thinking, okay, if you have kids, maybe they're like 6 or 7.
Now there's-
60?
My son is 17 next month.
He's turning 17 next month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wow.
And he wants to
Wow.
join already.
Wow. Okay. Like I always maintain, children grow up. We
We don't
didn't
get
grow
old.
old.
We
Yeah,
don't get
no,
We
old.
yeah.
grow up. Okay,
I always
not us.
feel like we're the same, right?
Yeah.
It's like yesterday when I just joined New Skin.
Yeah.
Well, talking about that, now we have 4 grandkids. Yeah.
Wow.
I wanna have mine.
Congratulations.
Wait until you have grandkids, okay?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, he's encouraging my son to have
So
many
yeah, to
children.
marry early. I
Yeah.
tell him before the age of 25, you get married already. I would have done it if I can go back in time. I would have done it. Get married early,
That's
have
Yeah.
more kids.
Okay, so now you guys are doing very well in New Skin. What words of freedom, words of wisdom do you have for people that who are consider coming in or are new in this business? What are your words of wisdom? What would you advise them?
Well, for me, always dream big. New Skin is very generous with its compensation plan, and they have very good track record, and they always come up with awesome products. And what they're literally spelling out is that dream big and make it happen. And don't let anyone limit you with your potential. Be with people who will support you with your big dreams, because that's what we did. We dreamed big, we dreamt big, and we always look up to those who are successful. They dream big, and we always are encouraged to dream big as well. So don't let anyone stop you. If anyone does, be with people who will support you
That's true.
every day. Be with people who are excited about their dreams as well.
Yeah.
Hang out with them and work with them, even if, let's say, fail or make mistakes together. But you know, everyone is really aiming for those big dreams to happen. So be with successful people and dream big. How about you?
If I was gonna talk to my 29-year-old self, yeah, if I was gonna give him the advice, I would really tell him to be urgent in the beginning.
Urgent.
I think for me, the urgency didn't come fast enough, because I was doing very well, made a lot of money in my job, and I always thought about New Skin 5-10 years from now I will become serious. It was only when Gina's dad died and Gina told me, hey, let's get serious about New Skin, that I actually became urgent when we were gonna get married already. But if I can go back in time, I would really commit to be urgent already in my success. So I would not test the waters. I would instead be committed to succeed as fast as I can. That's what I want to do. And I would plan I would create a transition plan, because the big money really comes when you go full time, and you do the reason for part time is to develop the skill. So to me, I wouldn't look at the money. I would look at how fast can I develop the skills that allows me to do very well in new skin. So I think the first year or the first 6 months, I want to go become EBP fast, because
Ruby.
Ruby, because I think becoming Ruby isn't about how much money you can make. It's really about what skills I have to develop to be able to run my business. The sooner I can get there, and then I'm gonna go full time, and then I'm gonna build my business seriously. I think the if the problem for me was I wasn't urgent immediately, and because of that, it also slowed down my learning commitments. So I think I would commit to learn ASAP. I would commit to becoming urgent, and I would have a transition plan of about, like, maybe go full time in 2 years from now, or go full time a year from now. That way I can go immediately to building the leadership team that is required for creating a very good income in Houston. So I agree with Gina. Dream big, but be urgent.
Yeah.
So I remember Sandy used to tell me that it is a marathon, but you have to run it like a sprint, and I agree with him. But you see, back then, I was telling Gina as we were discussing this interview that uh, early in the beginning of the business, there's just some concept that sounded simple that we never understood. Like Sandy used to say, um, it's a marathon, okay, but run it like a sprint. Now looking back, he's right, but back then I never understood what he means. I wish I can go back and do that. Or when he says, you need to
Mommy Amor.
yeah, or Mami Amor used to say, I used to ask him, Mami Amor, how do you get people to join your business? And Mami Amor used to say, speak from the heart. And as an engineer, what does it mean? Speak from the heart. What?
Very foreign.
It doesn't make sense. But obviously now she's right that you have to speak from why, what matters to you, and why new skin matters to you. So there's so many things that concepts get as you go along, that you begin to understand that
Yeah.
indeed new skin is very simple. I agree, it's very simple. You just have to invite, show the products, present the business. It's not very difficult. It's not difficult, but you have to put the work. I think
Mhm.
I think most people, they manage themselves. Okay, now, okay, I'm gonna do only 5 this week because I wanna manage my the pain, but you're gonna get hurt anyway because of some rejection and some. So it's not it's and I tell my partners, look, you're gonna get hurt anyway. You might as well do more so that you can finish fast, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's not financially risky. It's not physically risky. It's probably just emotionally risky, right? It's an emotional risk involved, and this is where people are managing themselves so they don't invite, or they don't share it to as many people as possible. But the pain for one rejection is the same pain for 10. Might as well go for more. That's why I invited 10, invited 50, invited 30, because it's the same rejection whether it's 30 or 2. So
Right.
might as well succeed faster,
Hmm.
right?
Very good. Okay,
Yeah.
for those of you that started, okay, that's very good advice. We didn't have this kind of advice when we started, okay?
Yeah.
All right, well, now we'll ask the audience, so you got any questions that you want to submit through chat? Okay,
Or Q&A.
or Q&A, yeah. All right, so, okay, I have a surprise for you guys. Okay,
Okay.
hold
for
on.
Yeah.
Just wait. Okay, we got Don Cake. You're up
Wow! Well, hi,
online.
Hold on, cake.
And we also have Shannon. Now, Shannon is not camera ready, okay, but she'll join us. Is she here?
Yeah.
Okay, here.
They're under him actually.
Yeah.
They were under him.
Okay, Don, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, Sharon, no, wrong person. Sorry. I slipped. This computer needs to be replaced.
Can you hear me now?
Hi,
Yes.
Don.
Hey, how are you? A couple of things that listening really struck me in the beginning is number one, the exponential growth of your group, and I'm sure that there's people that you don't really personally know, and it just grew, and it was incredible because this is a seamless marketing plan, and we go international, and it's just fantastic. I was taken by the fact. Did you name your son Christian?
Yes, Christian.
Yes.
Yes, my grandson is Christian, and I've been out playing golf with him in the past couple of weeks. Christian is 10 yeyears old, and he plays golf much better than I, and maybe even Pat Sung. I don't know.
My Christian.
Anybody's better than Pat for golf.
But I think your point, and I think the thing that I gleaned from it was the most valuable thing that you guys have gained is the time, and the time that you can spend with your family and your friends, and it's just an incredible. I think that's the most valuable too. And even Shannon, my daughter, who's on this call, has joined our business, and we've just actually really just expanded with her bringing family into the business as well is incredible. What an incredible opportunity. I'm very proud of you guys. Sorry I haven't had direct input, but you're in very good hands with Sandy and Joseph and that line. That's incredible. As you probably know, Joseph and Janet are our first level.
No, you're our grandfather.
I'm a grandfather. I'm a grandfather. We are Joseph and Janet's father, and we are Pat and Marguerite's son and daughter.
Yeah. We are on your 7th.
I don't know.
Don Kate.
Yeah.
And then there's Joseph and Janet.
Yeah.
And then there's Frank Yung,
Right.
Sandy, Amor, me,
Howard.
Howard. I'm on your 6th.
6th. Okay,
Yeah.
so Joseph must be on your. You must be 5 down from Joseph.
That's right. I'm
Okay,
5th.
my
Hey,
God. Well,
hey, we're wasting time
it's
with you
very-
guys.
it's very, very interesting, and I learned this expression from Marguerite. In the beginning, we had somebody. In fact, the Japanese, a couple that was on their first line. He had a couple that a gold executive right in the middle of his 6 levels of.
Team Elite.
At that time, we call them
Blue Diamond.
Hawaiian Blue Diamonds.
That's right.
Hawaiian Blue Diamonds were the team elites.
That's right.
We call them team elites now. But he asked me one day. He said, "I got this guy in the middle. He's a gold executive, and he's kind of blocking up all these team elites. At on my 7th level, I've got Hawaiian Blue." I said, "Listen. I learned this from Pat and Marguerite. That is our reserve."
Insurance.
Sure.
That's right.
That's right, insurance.
That's right.
But anyway, I have thoroughly enjoyed listening to you two this morning. This is great. This is great. I know Sandy and Joseph and all the way up to Pat.
I'm very
and Mark.
happy to hear from you because I've known you to be our upline for a very long time, and I've only met you thrice. 3 times.
The first time we met you, Don, was in a U.S. convention.
Yeah, we met on the corridors.
When the biophotonics
Yeah,
scanner
we were
was
there.
first launched.
Wow.
That was the first time we met you.
That's right.
You know, I think the other thing that really impressed me about your presentation this morning is from the heart.
Thank
From the
you.
heart. Wait a minute. I need to go. Sorry. From the heart. In dealing with people who are really motivated and really, taking responsibility and leadership, everybody's situation is a little bit different. And although we can do the plan and there's a chronological order of events and things tools that you have to that that Pax was talking about. So there's certain tools of the trade and how to handle objections and how to do the presentation and basic information about the company and the products. But every person is different, and you can work with every situation to help them develop a business plan that makes sense for them. Some people are introverted and not good speakers. By the way, there's Shannon just came in. She's an incredible.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi,
Uh,
guys. It's so
she's a
nice to meet you.
television celebrity here in Palm Beach, and so she has no problem with presentations. In fact, when we do our Zoom calls, we often ask Shannon to do the English, and we ask some of our Spanish friends to do the Spanish. And I'm positive. When I started, Pat and Marguerite tell you, I did an incredible number of presentations. Incredible number. We went to Hong Kong and Malaysia and Taiwan and traveled the world, and we did presentations to hundreds and even thousands. It was incredible. But now
We were in the Philippines too.
and now, and that's right. And now I learned from Pat and Marguerite. Let's find our leaders, get them up on the stage, and help develop them into leaders and speakers, and help them develop their tools of the trade as well. But with all that, and with whatever system, whether you do System 7, OTGs, training procedures and everything, give the personal time to people who are trying to develop a business plan. How can I do this? Use their experience. And I have 3 keys: personality, background, and education. What are they educated to do? So whether they be an engineer, and by the way, I found the most difficult people to work with were engineers.
Really?
They were very myopic. They were very, focused, had a way of doing things. So having them expand their horizons and move in a little bit more broadly, that was very tough. And working with some of the social scientists were a lot easier. The sociologists and the psychologists. But anyway, it was all fun, and dealing with different people in different times. They have different kinds of problems, and listening is so important. Listening is so very important. And Marguerite told me in the beginning, if you spend in your meeting, and we used to meet in little hotel lobbies and stuff, especially when we went to Hong Kong, we couldn't go to people's homes and just getting started. So we meet in hotel lobbies. Listen. And if you listen, 70% of the time is listening and only 30% talking. That person will walk away with the feeling that this was a successful meeting. And I guess my last tip, if I could, to your people that are on, is create an interest.
That's true.
Don't try to cook the steak in one on the grill. Let it sizzle. Give them enough information so they can make a decision. And you know what they have to see in your first meeting. They have to know about the company, the background, the compensation plan, just a little bit, just a little flavor. So when they leave the meeting, you're not, a lot of people were saying, got to sign them up on the first meeting. And I found that not to be true. I think my success was when a person left my meeting and they had maybe a little skepticism, a little bit of doubts, but certainly an interest with, maybe, just maybe I could do this. And I think when they leave that first meeting with that, then I think that's the most successful. Let's don't let them drink from a fire hose. Let's let them drink from take little sippies. And now they even, your grandchildren get sippy cups. So you understand what I'm talking about. Just take a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
we do have a question. Yeah, we do have a question from Serena.
Okay, good.
Okay, what did you say to your
Thank you, Don.
prospect that so many come?
Yeah, I guess the question was when you invited 50 people to come to the meeting,
Yeah.
what do you say to them? Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, Don, thank you so much for this advice. It is really great for my people. I wish I had that advice when we were new in the business. Would have been faster for us. So they're very blessed to hear that advice from you now, because it's true. Now, I remember for me, there were times I bring 30, I bring 20, I bring 15. At least in the beginning for me, I always made sure to, because back then the way we sponsored people was ABC. That's how we sponsored people.
What's ABC?
A is you like the you want to be a business builder. B is your at the time you wanna your
Be a
think
customer
be a customer.
or
Wow.
C,
See,
you have questions.
You have questions. That's how we
That's
back
how you,
then.
you ended the
Right.
Back then,
conversation.
that's how we finished the conversation. A, you want to be a business builder. So are you A, B, or C? That's how we did it. But what I learned over the years, over time, by doing that, is that I always made sure, I always when I invite a lot of people, I always watch their reaction during the whole meeting. Okay, so I was looking for people who are very interested, who are nodding the whole time, who are smiling, who are excited. And after the meeting, they're the ones I invite. Hey, you wanna join? So they're the ones I invite first, and then I tell them, to those who have questions, you wait on the side for a little bit. Well, we sign up a few people first, and then we address the people who have questions. That's what we did.
So I think what worked was you worked with a team,
Yeah.
not by yourself.
Yeah. Uh, Also, in the beginning, because at the time I had no
You were
team.
by yourself.
I had no team yet at the time. So what I did talaga is I always made sure that I ask those who are interested first. I asked them to sign up first, and then we dealt with the others who have questions later.
I think what works also is working with a team.
Yeah, work with the team.
So when I have, let's say, 5 or 10 people coming over, I ask for support
That's true.
beforehand so that we will be able to handle and welcome everyone. So it really works when we work
Yeah.
together as a team.
I think especially now that we're in Zoom, we're kind of working on what we call enrollment conversations, where before the meeting is started, we get our partners to have a short conversation with our prospect before they attend meetings, so that they're prepared mentally when they attend meetings. That's what we do right now. But back
Mm.
then, because we're coming from our office, I used to give them a little bit of information already. So I told them, hey, this. I used to ask them, what plans do you have 5-10 years from now? Are you open to look at the business? And if you're open, I bring them over to the meeting. So because the meeting was happening on a Wednesday and a Thursday back then, I had a whole week to invite so many people.
Mm.
So that's what I
Right.
used to do back then. Yeah.
Now, with Zoom, okay, how do you invite the people? How do you do demo, for example?
Yeah.
I
Well,
see.
in the past, face to face, you always do the
True,
demo.
that's true.
Yeah,
Right?
I know.
That's true.
Well, I learned from our people who loves to be in
Social
in
media.
front of the camera or in front of the live when they do live demonstrations, when they like doing the Lufra or the Lumispa in Facebook. So I learn from them, and I observe and I see how they're doing. And what I think what comes across is that when they demonstrate it, they actually enjoy using the product, and that's what comes
Yeah.
across.
And they see it before and after.
And they see the before and after, and they really describe
That's
what
true.
they feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it also creates curiosity that I want to feel what she's
That's
feeling.
true.
Oh, whatever smoothness she's just experiencing, I want that. So they're sincerely enjoying the product
Yeah.
and sharing the
And
product.
it especially works among friends. So if I'm new in New Skin and I share to you what I love about this, okay, send me one. I want to try as well. So they show themselves on a video in Facebook or YouTube, and that's what they do. Or sometimes they do it in Zoom.
Yes.
You do it in Zoom. They show
They have private meetings in Zoom.
Zoom doing a demo in
Yeah.
Zoom.
Okay.
Right now, the way we invite is, I always encourage my people, Pat, to still call. But because the millennials are more in tune with messaging, and so many of the younger partners are sending messages online, and if they're open, they get to call. Hey, can I talk to you for a few minutes? And then they talk.
This is my son, Christian.
Hello.
Ah,
Christian.
remember us, the old guys?
Yeah. So because we noticed that while conversations can be started through messages,
Yeah.
when you get to a level where you can actually have a voice call or a video call with people, the enrollment is actually much higher when you get to that level of trust. I agree with I know with
Right.
with
You got to
Don.
establish a relationship.
Yeah, when you can build a relationship and when you can
Yeah.
really listen to people's voices and create a relationship and build trust, it's much easier for people to continue doing the business. So in SIPs instead of in hosts, he was saying that he was
Yeah.
give them infos in enough to get them excited, not too much to get them confused. So
Mm,
I think
Okay.
I think the
Very good.
principles still work whether back then or now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything else you want to add?
No,
No,
that's
ask.
it. Yeah. Thanks, Don. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
thank-
being-
Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Don, for coming on, and Shannon for coming on.
Thank you, Shannon.
Hey, it was my privilege, my honor. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a little time to reintroduce myself again. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you guys. And you're a very, very, and by the way, you inspire us all. This is not just your people in your
That's
downline.
right.
You inspire people like Pat and Marguerite and Joseph and Sandy and Nikki and I. So this is really great. You've been a great inspiration to us today too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Shannon.
Well, Pax and Gina, we love doing free service, okay?
Was because the seventh level.
7th level.
Now he's fussing. That's okay.
I know. But thank you so much because even if we're out of, we're seventh, you're still there. You've been there even in the beginning.
And at the same
All
time,
right.
we're experiencing the same thing. We have
Now we have
7th,
leaders
8th,
now, the
9th,
7th,
You
10th.
have two, right? You have people outside your sixth
A lot.
level.
So
Yeah.
I was only kidding, okay? We have interviewed guys who are 10th level, 11th level. So, but that's why I want to do these interviews. Is we want to hear your stories.
Yep.
How you guys become successful. What did you do to become so successful? And I think that will inspire a lot of other people.
That's true.
Mhm.
Okay.
I agree because
But
I have learned from many successful stories as well.
Yeah, we learned from
and
you
I
guys.
really appreciate
we
all the
thank you
successful
for-
stories
yeah.
that I've heard.
So, well, thank you for coming on today. Okay. Although we had some difficult
I know, difficult
technical problems in the beginning.
technical difficulties.
Yeah.
but-
Okay. Let's stop the recording.
Okay.
Thank you, Marguerite. Thank you, Pat.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
very
Dawn.
much.
Hold on.
Hold on.